good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up with the New York Giants. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. On first down, Darnold. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. Coming to you. Coming to you.
To throw is Darnold. He finds his man complete. That's Ford. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Second down at 5.
Mike, 55. Check.
The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. When we talk about defenders, specifically line, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. That one, he correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Darnold from the gun. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. Back to the ground with Gibson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold rolling to his right, and he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down.
And oftentimes we think about statement drives in the second halves of games, especially in the fourth quarter. But here, it's happening early, a definite statement. They've held on to the ball for a healthy portion of this first quarter already, and now after that completion, they're set up first and goal.
They'll run with Gibson. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on first and goal.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Back to throw, Darnold. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Solomon Thomas, they'd love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at Samuel. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick here is good. And it's 3-0 Washington. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Barkley with a carry on first down, and he'll get about 4, so 2nd and 6 forthcoming. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brings up 2nd and
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Washington 3, Giants 0.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And he's got his big tight end here. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Six yards on 2nd and 4. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. This is the most important of them all, 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. The throw for Tony is intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. And they turn the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized with a little bit on top.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Second and 6. Escaping the pressure right. He finds the speedster Ross. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So that one will be accepted. The Giants on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former Giant, Landon Collins. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
From the 41, Darnold. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Ricky.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Flush to his right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Check Mike 39.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Darnold's throw taken in by Samuel. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 12-yard line.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Darnold on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
45. Mike, 45.
Throwing again on second down. Darnold. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, his third touchdown now on the year. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. They're going to throw for the 2 with Darnold. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here. That's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they've got just over 50 seconds to go till halftime, so they can try to put something together if they want. And he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. Yeah, he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete here.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's a give to Barkley. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Eluding the pressure right. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Thomas. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Now Darnold. And he will find his man Samuel. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's Darnold. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook, but even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. A nice throw there for a good game and a first down.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 2nd and 9 now. That's complete to John Ross. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 35.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Shift, shift.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. They'll look to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And some room to maneuver. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
On first down, Barkley. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Steps away to his left. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. This has been a long drive. You know that defense, they're craving to get off the field. They were able to force it free but couldn't recover it.
Yeah, and on the offensive side of the ledger, they were thinking about how do we punctuate this drive with 6, right? Making an exclamation point. Instead, you got to put a question mark next to this drive now after the fumble, even though they recovered it.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Now back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Giants go on fourth but come up empty. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Throwing quickly, Darnold, that's complete. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Watch the run, watch the run. Big gas.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, but it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And he finds McLaurin. And they work this out past the 25.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
A first down throw, Darnold. He's got it to Gibson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there?
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game. Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
This is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, his second touchdown of the night. And the Washington offense just continuing to pour it on. Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left. And their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time, because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open target here, Darius Slayton. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Giants on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off near the 34. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
A try here for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Washington 38, Giants nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the back flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes has a way of catching up with you.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Back to throw again. And his pass incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Nice 13, nice 13. He's coming, he's coming. Check in. Pick it up, guys, pick it up. Nice 13.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down, You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Gibson. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 50 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. On 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. From the 50, it's Darnold. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Check 55 to Mike. Watch the run. They're running it.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked by Julian Love. And the Giants are going to take over here up near the 40. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
A quick throw now complete to Ross. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Looking to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 38. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Once more, Gibson. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
we go, D. Here I come again.
Off of play action, Darnold. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Here's Tressway now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And this will be taken at the 13. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on the